What's up, guys? Mail Jones here. We back in with another prediction. This time we're doing our Week 16 predictions for this season. Last week I went 11-5, which I did pretty good, and last overall record is 134-75. So yeah, so we know it's gonna be Christmas week because this is when we do our Christmas predictions. So before I give you my predictions for week 16, don't forget to put a thumbs up to the video, subscribe to my channel for more options, and don't forget to comment down your opinion below to see who you think is going to win this week. So let's get things started. So obviously, I chose the Rams to win 31-17, and they won 30-22. So we don't have to predict anything that happened. So let's get started with the rest of the games. So here we got Cincinnati Bengals versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Um, Cincinnati is favored by -3. I kind of call it a trap game for some reason because most people are going to start picking the Steelers to win because they won't trust a backup quarterback against that defense. Because last game against last time when these two teams played, the Steelers beat them barely because the Bengals really allowed like 400 yards to them. So which that's crazy. But here's the thing. This is what I'm gonna do. I just kind of like how the way Cincinnati is playing right now on both sides of the ball. Jake Browning is starting to play really good. The offense is starting to play good, and especially the defense is playing okay, but it's not really playing great a little bit because their defense has not been great all year. And the Steelers, their offense has not been really good so far. Like this team, this offense has struggled to get something going since week 11. So this offense is definitely not playing as good as it used to be because they allowed 30 points to the Colts, and all of a sudden the defense, you could say it's good, but it's not great. So yeah, and also they're starting Mason Rudolph, so no Mr. Trubisky. I don't know if Mason Rudolph's going to be a factor, but I'm going to lean towards the Bengals to win this game. Even though it's in Pittsburgh, I know it's in Pittsburgh, but I'm leaning towards the Bengals to win this game because I just like how the way the Bengals are playing right now. And they're playing like the better team than the Steelers. So, yeah. I don't think the Steelers are going to be able to move the ball as much, but I think they can a little, knowing that the Bengals, their run defense has been atrocious this year. But I think the Bengals, I think their defense, can showcase that, they can slow down the Steelers' running game. They have the corners to match up well with their Steelers receivers. And no Jamar Chase scares me. No DJ Reed kind of scares me. But I still think their offense is going to move the ball against them. So, yeah. I think the Bengals win. I'm going to say Bengals cover as well. I don't know. I'm going to take the Steelers to cover this game because I think they're going to keep it close, but I think it's going to be low scoring. I'm probably going to say like 16-13, something like that. So I take the Steelers with the points, but Bengals to win. All right, next game we got the Buffalo Bills versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Buffalo's favored by -12. Now this is a big number. Now we already know that I'm not going to spend too long in this game. Is that I got the Bills in this game. The Bills should easily win because the Chargers, they stink. I mean, anybody know who Easton Stick is? Like, Easton Stick is a hockey stick. Like, this dude's terrible. Like, did you even watch him play last week against the Raiders? The guy was terrible. Like this guy's not gonna be a factor, especially the Chargers offense was definitely looking like the, the Chargers offense played like trash last week against the Raiders. They gave up 63 points to the Raiders, and they still didn't come back on them. On the other hand, the Bills, on the other hand, the Chargers, their defense is totally the worst defense in the NFL, and offensively, they suck without Justin Herbert. No Keenan Allen, no Mike Williams. Quentin Johnson's kind of a bust. Who are you gonna throw the ball to? Like who? I feel like the Bills are gonna like run all over the Chargers. I feel they're gonna do it. I feel like James Cook is gonna be cooking like he did last week against the Cowboys. Josh Allen's probably gonna be cooking against a bad Chargers defense. He should be able to make some throws down the field against a Chargers secondary that has been really atrocious against the pass. I mean, Diggs is going to be open all day long. Gabe Davis is going to be open. Dawson Knox, Kincaid, those guys are going to be wide open all game long. And then you got the defense. Bill's defense is playing better than the Chargers defense. I don't think the Chargers are going to be able to run the ball. So, yeah, I just think the Bills defense is going to make some plays. So, yeah. So, I'm making my lock of the week. I'm saying the Bills are going to blow out the Chargers. I'm going to say the Bills win like 49 to like 16. Like, this is my major blowout of the week. I'm saying the Bills blow out the Chargers at least by like 33 points or at least by 30 plus points. That's how I had them. 30 plus points is where I have them winning by. Even if the Bills score like 50, I wouldn't be shocked if they did. Even if they score 50, I would not be surprised. So, yeah. So, I got the Bills to win. And I got the Bills to cover that big spread. So, yeah. Next game, we have the Indianapolis Colts versus the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta's favored by 2.5. Indy was favorite in this game for a little bit. And all of a sudden, Atlanta, just got favored. I don't know why, but yeah. I was going to go with the Falcons to win this game because they're at home. But I'm rolling with the Colts here because I just think the Colts, are just playing better football right now. They have a better quarterback. And I believe they kind of got better coaching. And I just think they're a more complete team. I mean, Atlanta, on the other hand, they stink. I mean, Arthur Smith, seemed like he could be on the hot seat because he doesn't know that he has a tight end, wide receiver, running back, and he does have a quarterback. And now, they're starting Taylor Heineken. Even if Taylor Heineken, gives the Falcons the win, I would not be shocked. But I feel like Atlanta, they kind of need this game more because they know Atlanta might want to go into playoffs. But I feel like their playoff chances could be over if they lose. But I don't think Atlanta's going to be a playoff team, and the Colts, they're fighting to get a wild card spot. So, yeah. So, if Michael Pittman plays, I think the Colts can win. I think that'll be huge. But on the other hand, the Falcons, if they get David Onyemata back, I think that can definitely help them stop the run because they haven't been stopping the run all season. So, yeah. And I think Gardner Minshew, he can make some throws, make some plays against the Falcons defense. He can do that. And the Colts defense, is very good. And I think they can find a way to like contain Taylor Heineken and force him to beat them. So, yeah. Because the Falcons offense has kind of been up and down. So, yeah. So yeah, I like the Colts to win. I like the Colts to cover. So yeah, I'm probably gonna say like 2017, something like that. 24-20, something like that. So yeah. So give me the Colts to win. Give me a +2.5. Next game we have the Seattle Seahawks versus the Tennessee Titans. Seattle is -3.5. I believe Geno was playing, so yeah, I know he missed 2 games last week due to injury, so he should be back. Uh, so this game can definitely go either way. So yeah, because Tennessee at home is kind of a tricky place to play at, but when you look at the Titans defense has been really good as of lately, and Will Levis has been promising as a rookie. He's starting to get better every week. Seattle, on the other hand, the most part that's kind of stinks for the Titans is their secondary, where sometimes their secondary cannot stop the pass, but they can stop the run all right. But I think their pass defense is totally not great. Well, I think the Seahawks, I think what they like to do on offense, I think they can do a good job, to throw the ball down the field against a Titans secondary that's not good. So I think they can do that because I don't think Tennessee has any corners that can match up well with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett because those guys are like going to torch them. So yeah, so I think they can be able to run the ball a little bit, but not much because it's Titans front because of that defensive line. So I think the Seahawks kind of have a better secondary because they have the corners, to match up well with D Hop. But I think they could be sticky against an overwhelming receiving core, and then you got their pass rush is kind of fine, but I feel like their pass rush is a little bit atrocious because I feel like Tennessee's probably gonna run the ball on them a little bit. But I think if they can slow down Henry, I think they have a chance to win. But at the end of the day, I'm taking Seattle to win because Seattle's just a more complete team. They have the better quarterback, better coaching staff. And I just think Seattle kind of has a better defense a little bit. I just think, Tennessee, I don't think they're going to be able to do much on offense or on defense like they did last week. Especially the Titans, they may not have much to play for because they're not going to make the playoffs this year because they could be eliminated from playoff contention. And Seattle, coming off that Monday night win against the Eagles, I think they need this win to keep their playoff hopes alive because they still have a chance to make the playoffs. So yeah. So I'd say Seahawks win, and I say Seahawks cover as well. I'm gonna say like 24-20, something like that. Or I'm gonna say like 31-20. So yeah, I think Seattle. So I take Seattle both ways. Next game we have the Detroit Lions versus Minnesota Vikings. Detroit's fair at -3. Obviously, this game right here could go either way. Now, the one thing that I will say about this is that Jared Goff has struggled against Brian Flores blitzing. Jared Goff has really struggled against Brian Flores before. And I feel like Brian Flores, he can do a good job, shutting down the Lions offense, confusing Jared Goff in some games. And he's been doing a really good job with his defense so far, putting together good game plans a little bit. But, they lost to the Bengals last week because, the Bengals offense was just like moving the ball. I mean, Nick Mullins played okay. I mean, the offense was definitely playing okay to stay competitive, though, but he just didn't do enough. Now the question is, can Nick Mullins do it again? I don't know. I don't think he's going to be a factor, but I was going to go with the Vikings to win this game because I feel like Minnesota might need this game more if they want to go to playoffs. But I feel like Minnesota could definitely be trending down because I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year without Kirk Cousins. I mean, without Kirk Cousins, the offense kind of looks pretty different. But even since when they had Kirk Cousins, the offense was definitely good. So basically, I know it's in Minnesota, but but I like Minnesota with the points here. But I'm taking the Lions to win this game because I feel the Lions are looking to clinch their division since 1993. And I just think the Lions are a more complete team and have better coaching and better quarterback. And I just think they're a more complete team. So yeah. But I think the Vikings, I don't think they have the corners to cover the Lions pass catching group, especially Sam Laporta. He had a breakout game last week. Amon-Ra St. Brown's been a beast, and Jameson Williams. I feel like those guys on offense are going to be too much for the Vikings secondary to handle. Yeah, you might say Brian Flores is going to try to confuse Jared Goff, and you can say that he's going to try to blitz. But I think the Lions, I think they're going to, with Ben Johnson, I think he's going to, find a way to, out-coach Brian Flores. So, yeah. Because I don't think the personnel for the Vikings defense is there. So I don't think the defense will do enough to make any stops against a high-power Lions offense that definitely has scored 42 points last week. So yeah, I like them to keep this close, but I'm gonna take the Lions to win. I'll take the Vikings to cover. So yeah. So I'm going with 24-17 in this game. So yeah. Because I don't think the Vikings are going to do enough against the Lions defense. I think the Lions have a better defense, and I think they're going to give Nick Mullins a tough time. And I think, the Lions defense have played better against the pass last week. If they do that again, I think they have a chance to at least blow out the Vikings out. But I feel like if they get a lead early, they could definitely blow the Vikings out. So basically, I'm taking the Lions to win, and I'm going to take the Vikings to cover. So yeah. Next game, we have the Washington Commanders versus New York Jets. Jets are favored by 3. I don't know why. So yeah, I mean, this game right here go either way though. But now I just found out Zach Wilson's on concussion protocol, and Trevor Siemian is bad. I want to go against Trevor Siemian to win this game, but the Jets. I mean, the Jets stink. Did you even look at this Jets last week against the Dolphins? They had 0 points, and they gave up 30 against the Dolphins. Look, I'm done with the Jets because this offense cannot score. Hackett is now they got Hackett calling plays, and Hackett seems like he's a terrible offensive coordinator. He's kind of the version of Joe Barry. Both Joe Barry and Nathaniel Hackett's bad. And Robert Saleh, I feel like he's on the hot seat right now. So, yeah, he should be fired soon. So, yeah, I think that's a game I think the Jets can win because of their defense. Because, they have the corners to match up well with the Washington receivers. They have the pass rush to get after Howell. So, yeah, they have enough on defense. But I'm just going to take Washington to win because Washington kind of has a better offense. And I feel like they're more explosive than the Jets. Because the Jets, they don't really they're really not explosive on offense. And outside of Garrett Wilson, none of their guys cannot get open. So, yeah, I think Washington's defense can step up in this game, and I think their offense can definitely, with Sam Howell, I think he's going to, make some throws down the field. Because, sometimes the Jets defense can't really play. They don't really play as good because sometimes they just play man coverage a lot. So, yeah. So, I'm going to take Washington to win. I'm gonna go with 16. I'm gonna go with 23 to like 16, something like that. So yeah. So give me Washington to win. I take Washington with the points. And plus they have a better quarterback in this game. So that's pretty much why. Next game we have the Green Bay Packers versus Carolina Panthers. Green Bay's favored by -5. Obviously, my mind is saying to take Carolina with the points. Because I thought Carolina, they had their second win this season, though. Now we know their offense didn't look as good. But the defense actually played really good, though. It hasn't been playing against the Falcons, though. Because, it was kind of an ugly game. And Carolina won by a field goal. On the other hand, the Packers, their defense has been an issue all year since the last 2 weeks because against the Giants, they lost to a third string quarterback in Tommy DeVito where they couldn't stop the run. Then last week against the Bucks, they couldn't stop the pass because they gave up over 300 passing yards. So yeah, so Green Bay's defense was really bad, and Joe Barry, he doesn't really know what he's doing on defense. Like, he's making these offenses looking pretty good. Yeah, Bryce Young sucks. But the Packers defense sucks too because Joe Barry is still there. Like, they need to fire Joe Barry because he's not making good game plans. He's making these offenses look good. Like, is Jair going to play? Is Christian Watson going to play? Because if Christian Watson, without him, they wasn't able to win some games. And without Jair, they wasn't able to win some games as well. But I feel like if Jair plays, I think the Packers defense with their secondary, they could definitely play sticky coverage against an overwhelming receiving core of the Panthers. And then their pass rush can do enough to at least get after Bryce Young, and all that. The Panthers defense is playing better as of lately, but they could get ran on other times, but I don't think the Panthers defense is as good. So yeah. So I'm gonna go Panthers to cover, but I'm gonna take the Packers to win because the Packers need to get this win if they definitely want to keep their playoff hopes alive. Because if they don't, then their season's over. So yeah. So I'm gonna take the Packers to win, but I'm gonna take Carolina to cover. I'm gonna say like 20-13, something like that, because we know the Panthers can't really score 20. But even if the Packers get up early, get a lead early, I would not be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked if they did. But I feel like the Packers, they need this win so badly if they wanna keep their playoff hopes alive. Because if they don't win, they're done. So yeah, and especially Green Bay, just has a better quarterback. I mean, Jordan Love's playing better than Bryce Young. They got better coaching, and they're just a more complete team. So yeah. So I got Green Bay to win, Carolina to cover. Next game, we have the Cleveland Browns versus the Houston Texans. Cleveland's favored by -3. Obviously, if CJ Stroud does play, I might go the Texans because the Browns defense stinks on the road. But if he doesn't play, I'll take the Browns to win because I don't trust Case Keenum against this Browns defense. Yeah, you could say that he definitely them to a win last week against the Titans, but I feel like Case Keenum's going to come down to earth. So yeah, but you know what? I found that CJ Stroud's not going to play, so I'm taking the Browns. And the reason why I'm taking the Browns to win because I feel like the Browns have a better defense, and Joe Flacco's playing really good right now. I like how the way this offense is playing, and this defense is playing better. I think they have a chance to at least shut down the Texans' offense with their receivers and their running game. And I feel like the offense can do enough to move the ball, especially against a Texas secondary that's pretty young, but is getting better. I just kind of really feel like the Browns, I just think the Browns, with their defense and their offense, I feel like they're going to do a good job shutting down the Texans. I don't think the Texans are going to do enough on offense to move the ball, especially run the ball, especially against a good Browns defense. So, yeah. And we don't know if Nico Collins is playing, but with Tank Dell out, I think that's going to hurt. So, we don't know who the Texans going to throw the ball to. Because Robert Woods, you got Dalton Schultz. So yeah, I think the Browns do have the secondary to cover those guys. They have the pass rush to get out there, Case Keenum and all that. So yeah, if the Texans win, I would not be surprised. But so yeah, so by the way, I think the Browns win, but I take the Browns to cover. So I'm probably gonna say like 23-17, something like that. So yeah. So so I think the Texans can keep up, but I don't really know. But I feel like the Texans can do enough to keep it close because Case Keenum kind of played okay. The defense played okay. I think they could give Joe Flacco that Browns offense issue. So yeah. So I take the Browns both ways. I take the Browns to win and Browns to cover. All right, next game we have the Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay is favored by 2.5. Well, actually, they play fair by 1.5. Actually, now I kind of call it a trap game for some reason because I don't know if Trevor Lawrence is gonna play. But if Trevor Lawrence plays, I'll probably pick Jacksonville because I just think they're a more complete team and have the better quarterback and better coaching. And there's a more complete team. But if he doesn't play, give me the Bucks to win because they're playing better football right now. But here's the thing. I'm just gonna say that Trevor Lawrence. I don't really know if Trevor Lawrence is gonna play, but I'm gonna say he does play. But if he doesn't play, that's gonna change my prediction. So I'm taking Jacksonville to win because I just think Jacksonville is gonna bounce back after coming off 3 straight losses. Because I feel like they're angry and they're trying to look to like clinch the division. And Tampa Bay is looking to like clinch their division again for the third or fourth straight time, I think. So yeah, I just think Jacksonville's, they have been really good as of lately, especially on defense. They're giving up too many big plays, and on offense, they're not playing really good. So yeah, so I think Jacksonville is going to do enough on offense to move the ball against the Bucks defense. Especially been really good, but I think they'll find a way to win their matchups 1-on-1 against the Bucks secondary. And then the Jags defense, has not been playing really good lately, but I think they played better in this game because I think their secondary. If Campbell plays, I think he'll find a way to cover Mike Evans. Because I feel like if Campbell doesn't play, I feel like, nobody's probably going to be able to cover Mike Evans. So, yeah, so Campbell has not been playing. Cisco's questionable with the groin. So, yeah, they got some injuries on defense. But, yeah, I think the Bucks are going to I think Jacksonville's going to overcome with it and win this game. So, yeah, I say they're going to keep it close in this game. I'm going to go 27-24. Jacksonville wins. Jacksonville will cover. So yeah, I think Jacksonville kind of needs this game more because I feel like they needed to clinch the division. Because if Jacksonville wins out straight, they get first place in the AFC South. if Bucks went out straight, they get first place in NFC South. So yeah, so I'm gonna take Jacksonville to win this game straight up, and I got them +1. Next game, we got the Arizona Cardinals versus Chicago Bears. Chicago's favored by 4. Obviously, this game can go either way, but and I just kind of really feel like I'm going to take the Bears to win, but I'll take the Cardinals to cover. Reason why I'm taking the Bears to win is because I just think they kind of have a better defense than the Cardinals. I just like how the way their defense is playing right now. They're playing some sticky coverage in the secondary. Their pass rush is playing better since Sweat has came. Offensively, they're playing really good. But last week, Justin Fields, lost the Browns that game because of that interception, and Darnell Mooney dropped the ball in the end zone. So both of them lost the Bears that game because of that Mooney drop in the end zone to an interception. So yeah, but I don't see it happening again. I need the Bears to win because I just kind of feel like their offense is gonna go off in this game. DJ Moore is gonna be wide open. Darnell Mooney, Cole Kmet. I think the Bears offense is gonna go off in this game. And I just really think that the defense, I just think Justin Fields is going to be too much for the Cardinals defense because the Cardinals defense sometimes is good, but I don't think the Cardinals defense is that good. So I feel like they could definitely struggle with Justin Fields, with his running, with his rushing. And the Bears could definitely struggle with Kyler Murray's rushing because Kyler Murray can go off. But I feel like Jalen Johnson versus Marquise Brown is a good matchup. That's a good matchup I could see. You cover Marquise Brown, make Cardinals throw the ball to other people. That's what I like to see. But I don't think the Cards are gonna have an answer for DJ Moore and company or Justin Fields. So yeah. So I think the Cards will move the ball to keep it close, but I think the Bears win. But I think the Cardinals cover. I'm gonna say 20-17, something like that. So yeah, more like a lower scoring game because I think both defenses are going to try to play hard. So yeah, so give me the Cardinals with the points, but give me the Bears to win the game. Next game we have the Dallas Cowboys versus the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins are favored by -2. Obviously, I called it a trap game for some reason because it's kind of tough to say because the game's in Miami and Miami's typically good at home. They're kind of a tough place to play at. So yeah, but lots of people are kind of really rolling with the Dolphins here because they're at home and Dallas can't really beat the teams over 500 because last week we definitely see them definitely get exposed by the Bills and they got ran over by James Cook because here's the thing. Dallas couldn't really stop the run last week because they gave up over 200 rushing yards. And the offense, I didn't think they really moved the ball that really good. But yeah, you could definitely say that the pass defense played really great because they only allowed 94 passing yards to Josh Allen. I think Dallas defense plays better in this game. But if Tyreek Hill plays, I think that'll be a huge factor. I think I don't think the Dolphins match up well with the Cowboys pretty good because Dallas kind of has a good defense and they kind of have a better defense than them. But here's the thing. If the Dolphins are going to win this game, their defense has to play lights out pretty good because here's the thing. They have the corners to match up all the Cowboys receivers. So here's what I like to see. Like, say if like you take away CeeDee Lamb, make the Cowboys throw the ball to other people. That's what I like to see. Because sometimes Jalen Ramsey can't really cover guys one on one. Sometimes he gets absolutely burnt. So yeah. Or you double team CeeDee Lamb. Dolphins kind of have the pass rush to get after Dak Prescott. Because sometimes Dak Prescott struggles against pressure. So yeah. But the Dolphins defense, I don't think it's as good as the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys defense is better. But I don't know if the Dolphins are going to be able to move the ball. But I feel like they can a little bit. And Dallas, I feel like they can definitely move the ball against the Dolphins defense as well. Because the Dolphins defense, I don't think is as good. And then also, another right is a good matchup for the Dolphins is because of their defense. Like they have the pass rush to get after Tua. Then they have the corners, to like cover Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Here's the thing. I kind of really like Dallas in this matchup. Because here's the thing. Like, I feel like Dallas, I think you could take away Tyreek Hill. Say like this. Like, take away Tyreek Hill, make the Dolphins throw the ball to other people. That's what I like to say. Like, or you can double team Tyreek Hill. Because if you double team Tyreek Hill, I feel like there's a chance that the Cowboys can win this game. Like, if the Dolphins want to win this game, they have to be successful on early downs. Like, you can't be at those second and longs. You can't be on those third and longs. You can't be on those third and nines. You can't be on those third and eights. Like, if you're in those situations, Dallas is going to have a chance. So, like, same way with Dallas, they got to be successful on early downs where, they wasn't successful on early downs last week. Because they were in those second and longs, third and long situations. So let's make sure Dallas not do that, especially Dak Prescott and Tua. Both quarterbacks are playing at MVP level. I think this game's going to be a fun game to watch. I think it's probably going to be a high-scoring game. I think both these teams are going to score like high 30s, low 30s, something like that. But I'm going to roll with the Cowboys here. I think they bounce back this week, get back on track this week after coming off a disappointing blowout loss to the Buffalo Bills. I think Dallas gets back on track this week because I think Dallas, I just think they have a better quarterback. And I feel like they kind of got better coaching. I just think they're kind of a more complete team. And I just think Dallas finds a way to move the ball, especially against a Dolphins defense that's not really good. And I think the defense finds a way to at least like get after Tua, shut down Tua, and I feel like they can slow down Mostert, slow down Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I feel like they can do enough here on defense in this game. So yeah, I like Dallas in this game. I got them like 33-30. So yeah, I got Dallas winning, and I got Dallas +2. Next game, we have the New England Patriots versus Denver. This is Christmas Eve night. Denver's fair at -7. Obviously, I'm taking Denver to win because Denver's the more complete team. They have better quarterback. And plus, the Patriots, on the other hand, stink. I feel like this game right here is going to be a lot closer than we think because I feel like Bill Belichick kind of owns the Broncos. I feel like he could do enough to confuse Russell Wilson because we know Russell Wilson looked it bad against the Lions last week because they couldn't run the ball. Their defense definitely got exposed because we know Denver's bad again because Denver's not good against the run. So I feel like the Patriots can run the ball on them a little bit. And they've been better against the pass as of lately. I mean, Denver's defense has been really good since like week 6. And I feel like Denver's defense is going to like play hard in this game. And plus, Their secondary, led by Patrick Surtain and Justin Simmons, has been really good as of lately. But they got exposed by Jared Goff. But I don't think they're getting exposed by Bailey Zappi because Bailey Zappi isn't good. And I feel like the Broncos secondary could be sticky against an overwhelming receiving core of the Patriots. And then you got the pass rush of Denver. I don't think it's good, but I feel like it's getting better. But I just kind of really feel like that the pass rush is gonna get after Bailey Zappi, and he's not gonna do enough here. Like he's gonna get they're gonna force Bailey Zappi to beat them, but it's not gonna happen. Because patrons, they don't have much to play for because they're not gonna make the playoffs because they're already eliminated from playoff contention, and Denver's starting to fight for a wild card spot because they have a chance to make the playoffs. So yeah, so I like Denver to win. I'll take the Patriots to cover. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. I'm going to say 13-10, 17-13, 20-17, something like that. So, yeah. I like the Broncos to win. I'll take the Patriots to cover. All right. Next game, we have the Las Vegas Raiders versus Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs are favored by -10. Obviously, I got the Chiefs in this game. They're at home, better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're the more complete team. I mean, I respect the Raiders. I like how the way the Raiders are playing, especially on defense. They play really good on defense against the Chargers. Especially the offense really played really good against the Chargers. But I don't think they're going to do enough. The Raiders are going to do enough on offense to keep up with the Chiefs. Because we know the Chiefs receivers kind of stink, and we know they can't even score. But you know what? I feel like the Chiefs are going to score 30-plus points in this game. I feel like they will. So, yeah. So I'm gonna say the Chiefs win by double digits, but I'll take the Raiders to cover because we know 10 is a lot of points. I'm gonna say 30-20, something like that. And we know the Raiders, they're still in the hunt, but I feel like the Raiders are gonna be done because I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs this year. I feel like last time when these two teams play, I feel like the Raiders had a lead early, and then the Chiefs came back on top. So yeah, I think I don't think the Raiders secondary is good, so I feel like Mahomes can make some throws down the field against a Raiders secondary that's not good. And Travis Kelce's probably going to have a big game here. Rashee Rice is stepping up as wide receiver. He might have a big game. Isaiah Pacheco coming back from injury. I feel like that can help them run the ball a bit better. So, yeah. I like the Chiefs to win, but I'll take the Raiders to cover. I think the Raiders can keep it close in this game. But if the Chiefs get a lead early, then they can definitely blow the Raiders out. So I like the Chiefs to win, and I like the Raiders to cover. Next game, we have the New York Giants versus Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are favored by 13.5. That's a big number right here. But obviously, I got to take the Eagles in this game. I feel like the Eagles are angry, because, they after losing 3 straight games, I feel like they're angry because, they really want to win because the Eagles are trying to look to clinch a playoff berth. And we know the Cowboys are too. So I feel like the Eagles can clinch a playoff berth if they win. Because the Giants, on the other hand, they stink. Like the Giants, they may not have much to play for because they're not going to make the playoffs, and the Eagles are looking to clinch the division, or maybe they look to clinch a playoff berth. So, yeah. I mean, the Eagles have not been playing really good on defense, and especially on offense, they have not been looking pretty good. But Jalen Hurts lost the Eagles that game last week because he threw that interception. So, if he does it again against the Giants, then they're not going to win. But I feel like Jalen Hurts I feel like the Eagles are going to come through and win this game. I know the Giants sometimes cannot cover. So basically, yeah. I mean, Eagles are a more complete team, better quarterback, better coaching, and they're at home. They're a more complete team. Giving the Eagles to win, I want to take the Giants to cover, but I can't. I have to take Philly to cover that big spread. Because I feel the Eagles defense, they're going to play a lot harder on offense as well. They're going to score 30 plus points, and I don't think the Giants are going to be able to keep up. So I got the Eagles win 34-16 in a semi blowout. So yeah. So I got the Eagles winning and the Eagles covering. Then the last game, we got the Baltimore Ravens versus San Francisco 49ers. 49ers are favored at -5. Now, this game right here could go either way. Now, all these 3 games are on Christmas Day. Now, this could be the best game of the week. Now, I know most people are going to be picking the Ravens to win because they have a better quarterback and Lamar Jackson at the MVP level. But at the end of the day, it's going to be a fun game to watch. It's going to be close. But I like the Niners in this game. I think the Niners are a more complete team. And I just think they kind of have a better defense than the Ravens. I don't think the Ravens' defense is as good as the Niners. But yeah, you could say their defense is playing good. It could be the best in the league. But I don't think it's close to being the best. But I don't know if they're on the 49ers level. I understand 4 years ago, they beat the Niners. So yeah, I expect this game to be close because Lamar Jackson is going to make some plays. It's similar to the Niners and the Bengals where, they lost to the Bengals. They blew out the Steelers. They lost to a Browns team. So yeah, I think their defense can handle Lamar. They can find a way to get some pressure. And I feel like their secondary is playing really well. They can definitely play some coverage, play some sticky coverage against the Ravens wide receivers. So yeah. And offensively, I think they can win their matchups against the Ravens cornerbacks. With Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, I think those guys are going to go off in that game. Christian McCaffrey, he's going to go off too. And the Ravens defense, and I think those guys are going to be too much for the Ravens defense to handle because I don't think the Ravens defense is going to be able to handle them like that. Especially with Brock Purdy playing at MVP level, yeah. And the defense is playing at a higher level as well. So yeah, I think it could be a high-scoring game. I like the Niners to win. I like the Ravens to cover. So yeah, I'm going to go 37-30. I'm going to take the 4. So yeah, being a much closer game. But remember, this is a Super Bowl rematch from a couple of years ago where the Ravens won the Super Bowl. But I think, so yeah. So I think this game is going to be super close. I think the Niners win. I think the Ravens cover. No, I say the Niners cover, so yeah. Those are all right, guys. Those are all my Week 16 predictions for this season. So, thank you guys for enjoying watching. And I want to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And don't forget, if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments down below what you think. So don't forget to put a thumbs up to like the video and like and share if you can. Well, this is Mayo Jones, I'm a big fan. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys later. Peace.